Alright, if you got the hang of the last section, 6.5, where you were graphing the linear inequalities, then you should have no trouble with 6.6. Remember, when you graph these inequalities, you end up with a shaded region. Now let's first solve this system. If you remember what we did here, there's a couple different ways. You could do it graphically or you could add them up. This is called a linear system. You get x equals 3, and then y would have to be 3 because this says that x plus y has to be 6. So 3 comma 3 is called a solution. Okay, this is a point that the two lines, these are two lines, not shaded areas because this is an equal sign here. This is the one point that the two lines have in common. It's where they hit. That's what it means to solve a system. Now we're going to go and we're going to actually solve a system of linear inequalities. So we're going to bring that alligator symbol into things. And I can very easily sum it up. Basically, you're going to graph both shaded areas, and then you're going to highlight where they overlap. Where do they hit? Just like in the last screen we found where the lines hit, we're going to find where the two shaded regions hit. And since you're using your iPad, you can color code things. I'm going to do the first one in orange, I think, just for something different. So the first one will be in orange. So I go down 3, put a dot, up 2 over 1, and draw an up 2 over 1, and draw a solid line. As we learned, it does have the equal sign in it, so we draw a solid line. And it says y is less than. So we're going to shade under it, or you could do the 0, 0 test and it will fail. So I'm going to shade under it, and this is why I do these lines like this. You'll see here in a moment. So that's the orange section. I'm now going to change colors. Let's do blue for the other one. We go up 6 and we put a dot, and then the slope on the second one is -1. That means down 1 over 1. And once again we do a solid line. We do a solid line, and the 0, 0 test this time passes, and it says less than, so we shade under the line. Okay. And now we need to notate where they overlap. So you might want to pick like the highlighter color and highlight where they overlap. So it'd be right in here. Right, so that highlighted region is where the orange and the blue overlap. Okay, so all the points in that region are called solutions. So for example, this point right here is a solution because it satisfies both inequalities. Okay, it works on both of these guys. Alright, let's take a look at another example. And here we have another system. Notice this time they don't have the equal sign there, it's just greater than, just less than, so we are going to do dotted lines when we do this. So the first one we're going to go up 1, put a dot, and up 3 over 2, up 3 over 2, and we do our dotted line here. And it says y is greater than, so that means shade up. Alright, so there's that one. Now I'm going to change colors, simply because I can. And I'm going to go up 3. Second one's going to be green, up 3. And this is up 4 over 1, or down 4, back 1, if you want to go this way, which looks like it would be a good idea to do that. Do a dotted line again. And this says y is less than. Now we are under the line over here, so we're going to shade to the right. And then we're going to grab our highlighter and highlight the shaded region. It looks like it's this little wedge region up on the top. So that's the answer there. Okay, let's look at one more problem that may trip you up, so let's take a quick look at it. Alright, on this problem, if you notice, it doesn't have a y and an x. All it says is x has to be bigger than 3. So you try to think of the graph, where is x bigger than 3? The x numbers are really big over here, because this is the x-axis. This is where all the x numbers are big. Well, here's 3 right here. That's 3 on the x-axis. So what I'm going to do is draw a dotted line, and it's dotted because it doesn't have an equal sign. And then I'm going to shade to the right because this is where x is bigger than 3. That's where x is bigger than 3. Now you take a deep breath and you go to the other one. We're going to use this lovely avocado color. And let's see where y is smaller than 5. Now, the y values are very small down here. Okay, and in fact, our y values are going to stay smaller than 5. So we go up here to 5. This is where 5 is. And this time we draw a solid line. The reason we're drawing a solid line is because it does have the equal sign there. So we draw a solid line, and then remember down here, y has to be smaller than 5. So that's under the horizontal line. We have to finish up the problem by grabbing our highlighter and highlighting where things overlap. It is this rectangular corner over here. This is the answer region on this special system. Okay, and I think that's about all you need to know for today's homework. So good luck on systems, and this wraps up Chapter 6, by the way. Good luck.